Native Americans are the indigenous peoples of the continent who lived on these lands for thousands of years before the arrival of Europeans. Their history is full of struggles, tragedies, cultural achievements, and myths. Over the centuries, Native American tribes not only faced military conflicts but also the challenges of European colonization, which led to the destruction of their traditional ways of life. However, Native Americans have had a profound influence on the history of the continent, and their legacy continues to be an important part of modern culture. Ancient civilizations. Before the arrival of Europeans, great civilizations existed in both North and South America, such as the Maya, Aztec, Inca, and the North American tribes. Each of these civilizations made significant contributions to the development of the region. Maya, Central America. Known for their advancements in astronomy, mathematics, and architecture, the Maya built impressive pyramids and developed complex calendars. Aztecs, Mexico. They formed a powerful empire known for its culture, religion, and military might. The Aztecs also practiced human sacrifice. Incas, Peru and South America. The largest empire in pre-Columbian America. The Inca built an intricate road system and architectural wonders such as Machu Picchu. In North America, many cultures thrived, such as Plains tribes, Northwest Coast tribes, Great Plains tribes, and Eastern Woodland tribes. Arrival of Europeans and colonization. With the arrival of Christopher Columbus in 1492, the era of European colonization began, bringing catastrophic consequences for indigenous peoples. Europeans brought diseases, weapons, and new methods of warfare that severely impacted Native American tribes. Over several centuries, the population of indigenous peoples dwindled by millions. Many tribes were subjected to violence, forced relocations, and destruction due to colonial policies. One of the most tragic events was the Trail of Tears in 1838, when thousands of Cherokee people were forcibly relocated to Oklahoma, resulting in thousands of deaths. Wars with the U.S. government. After the formation of the United States, Native Americans continued to resist the seizure of their lands. One of the most well-known conflicts was the Great Plains Wars in the mid-19th century. Native American tribes fought the U.S. Army for their land, but they were eventually forced onto reservations. Notable leaders of this resistance included Tecumseh, Sitting Bull, and Geronimo. Scandals and tragedies. Genocide of Native Americans. The colonization of America led to the mass destruction of indigenous peoples, often referred to as genocide. Europeans brought diseases such as smallpox, influenza, and measles, to which Native Americans had no immunity. These epidemics wiped out millions of people. Furthermore, the violent policies of forced relocation, murders, and violence from colonists worsened the situation. Indian removal and the Trail of Tears. In the 1830s, after the passage of the Indian Removal Act, thousands of people from various tribes, including Cherokee, Choctaw, Cheyenne, Seminoles, and others, were forcibly relocated to Western lands. This event, known as the Trail of Tears, resulted in massive loss of life. Thousands died from disease, starvation, and violence. This tragic episode in U.S. history is often referred to as the Trail of Tears. Conflicts with the U.S. government. Native Americans continued to resist the seizure of their lands, which led to armed conflicts. One of the most famous battles was the Battle of Little Bighorn, where Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse led a victorious resistance against the U.S. Army in 1876. However, such victories did not stop the expansion of the United States, and Native Americans were eventually forced to surrender. Legends and myths. Native American tribes left behind a rich tapestry of myths, legends, and traditions that continue to play a significant role in North American culture today. The legend of the flying warrior eagle. Among the Native American tribes of the Great Plains, there is a legend of the flying eagle warrior, a symbol of strength and freedom. The legend speaks of a great warrior who could soar through the sky on the wings of a giant eagle, protecting his people from their enemies. Sitting Bull and the Battle of Little Bighorn. Sitting Bull, a leader of the Sioux tribe, is known for his bravery and leadership. Legends about him emphasize his spiritual strength, wisdom, and protection of his people. In the Battle of Little Bighorn, he managed to unite various tribes to fight against the U.S. Army, a great symbol of resistance by Native American tribes. Geronimo and his fights. Geronimo, the Apache leader, became one of the most famous figures in the resistance against American colonizers. Legends about him tell of his outstanding military skills, his ability to escape pursuit, and his guerrilla warfare tactics. His name became synonymous with the fight for freedom and independence. The legend of the Great Spirit. Many Native American tribes have a myth of the Great Spirit, who created the world and all life on Earth. This figure, symbolizing spirituality and the power of nature, is an important part of Native American religious beliefs. Legacy and modern Native Americans. Today, Native Americans continue to fight for their rights and the preservation of their cultural traditions. Many tribes have achieved recognition and autonomy, and they have fought to retain their lands through legal battles. There are various organizations, such as the National Congress of American Indians and the Confederacy of Native American Tribes, that protect the interests of indigenous peoples. Additionally, Native American cultures, languages, art, and traditions continue to thrive and are passed down through generations. Many Native Americans are actively involved in political life and work to restore their historical and cultural rights. Conclusion. The history of Native Americans is one of courage, resistance, and resilience. The scandals and tragedies they faced should not overshadow their rich cultural heritage and important role in the continent's history. The legends and myths they left behind inspire and remind us of the importance of respecting indigenous peoples and their culture.